Hi, this is Bill Hoffman, and this is my second installment of 6 Strings in 6 Minutes. What I'd like to cover today is how to find the notes across the fingerboard, and what I find to be the easiest way. It could be kind of a daunting task looking at the fingerboard, because unlike the piano where you have white and black keys, you just have fret after fret after string, and it's just a little bit confusing at first. But I'm going to break it down to what I feel is the simplest way of learning the notes. So 3 key things I would say would be, obviously your alphabet from A to G. Second point would be what I'd call your starting point. So the name of your string open. So going across, E, A, D, G, B, E. And then the third thing would be knowing what notes are next to each other. And what I mean by that would be your B and C. Everywhere on the fingerboard, they're always going to be next to each other. Same with the E and the F, always going to be next to each other. So what we're not going to worry about are the sharps or flats. We're not going to overcomplicate things, because anybody could simply sit there and go one fret after the next, blah blah blah, and it's just a little bit too much. We're just going to focus in on the natural notes. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, not worrying about sharps or flats. Another thing we're going to do is we're just going to stop right at the 12th fret. It's a little bit harder to visualize with an acoustic like this, because of the basically stop at the 14th fret here. But with, say, something like an Ibanez or a 24 fret neck, you have that whole 2-octave span. So in that case, it kind of looks like 2 necks connected together. So we're just going to stop at the 12th fret, and we're not going to worry about anything past there just yet. So starting off on the low E, and right off the bat we have E and F are right next to each other. Then we're going to skip. We're going to go to letter G. From G we start back again alphabetically at A. Skip a fret, go to B. B and C are right next to each other. Skip another fret, we have D. Skip another fret, and we're back to E again. So notice the double dot on there. So we're just repeating. Okay, now we're going to the A string. So we have open A, go to B. B and C are right next to each other. Skip a fret, go to D. Skip a fret, go to E. E and F are right next to each other. Skip a fret, go to G. And skip a fret, and we're back to A again. Now when you're doing this, it's absolutely important that you go forward and backwards. Anything in music, scales, arpeggios, whatever you learn, you have to learn inside out, forward, backward. So we would start from, in this example, A, go back to G, F, E, D, C, B, A. Forward and backward. Okay, next string, D. Go right to E. E and F are right next to each other. Skip a fret, go to G. Skip a fret, start again at A. Skip a fret, go to B. B and C are next to each other. Skip a fret, go to D. Third string, open, it's G. Then we start again at the letter A. Skip a fret, go to B. B and C are right next to each other. Skip a fret, go to D. Skip a fret, go to E. E and F are right next to each other. Skip a fret, go to G. B string. Right off the bat we have a half step going from B to C. Skip a fret, go to D. Skip a fret, go to E. E and F are right next to each other. Skip a fret, go to G. Skip a fret, go to A. Skip a fret, back to B again. And the high E, of course, is just like the low E, but we'll go over it anyway. So E is open. E goes right into F. Skip a fret, go to G. Skip a fret, start again at A. Skip a fret, go to B. B and C are right next to each other. Skip a fret, go to D. Skip a fret, go to E. Okay. Now as far as sharps and flats go, I wouldn't worry about that too much just yet. I would get comfortable with finding the natural notes on the fingerboard. But a little heads up on there. So, for example, here we have a G. A G flat would be 1 fret lower than a G. So there's a G flat. But the problem with that is this is also considered an F sharp. So here's an F. 1 fret above would be an F sharp. So this could be called an F sharp or a G flat. That all depends on what key you're in. That's when you're going to call it one or the other. But for now, just if you're going lower on the fingerboard, I would go by the flat name. If you're going up, call it the sharp. So this would be G flat, this would be G sharp. But as I said, make sure you just go over and learn the natural notes first. Don't overcomplicate things. Stop up here at the 12th fret. Once you hit the 12th fret, just go backwards. we're not going to worry about any of the notes up here. So, okay, so I hope that was helpful. If you like what you learned here, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Check me out on billhoffman.com, billhoffmanmusic.com. Check me out on Facebook, and if you want, I do private lessons in Kingston, PA. You can give me a call, and we'll see you next week.